Now we're going to continue from step 13. Move the insertion point to the empty paragraph above the paragraph begins for a more. That's going to be just here. We want to make sure we're right at the very edge there. And what we're going to do is we're going to insert a diverging radial cycle smart art graphic. So we're going to insert smart art graphic, that's this one up here. We're going to do, it's a cycle because it says diverging radial cycle, and I'm now going to, oh here we are, this one here, diverging radial. Click on OK. We're going to click this little bit out here because we're going to type our text actually in the text box here. So in the first text box we're going to type Denver, D-E-N-V-E-R. We're going to move one down, then we're going to type Las Vegas. Make sure you spell all of these right. I'm going to double check at the end. Then we go down to Orlando. We're going to go down now to New York. We're going to go down now to Chicago. And now we're actually going to put an enter because we need to create another box here, Minneapolis. Hit enter again to create another box called Salt Lake City. You want to make sure you've spelt all of that right and got the capitals right there too. Then we're going to close the task pane. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can actually see a little bit closer what I'm doing. Alright, that's probably closer to you. Now we're going to change the colour scheme of the Smart Art to colourful accent colours. So I'm going to go into my change colours. I'm going to go into colourful accent colours, the first one here. We're going to change the wrapping of the Smart Art to square. I'm going to go Format, Smart Art is going to be here somewhere, I think, Wrap, Text, and we're going to change it. Okay, I haven't selected it, so I'm going to have to make sure I select it. I was still in the edit mode there, so I'm going to go Wrap Text and do it square. Once I've done that, I'm going to add, change the height and the width. So I'm going to go up here to do size, change the height to 2.5. and the width to 3.5. I'm going to hit enter to keep that in. Now what I'm going to do is anchor this, and this will mean that it won't move. So to add an anchor, I'm actually going to right click and I'm going to do more layout options, and I'm going to select lock anchor. I'm going to click OK. And that means that that will keep that in the right place, and it actually hasn't kept it in the right place because it's meant to be up here. So I'm going to try and get it, it should be up here, and just down one so it has a space. It should be there. If it hasn't got there, you can actually move it yourself, just like I have done. We're going to deselect the Smart Art graphics. We're going to click outside it, and we're going to do Control End to move to the very end of the document. Then we're going to hit enter. Going to save the document. Click on save it, but it says do not close it. We're now going to go to the file here. Oops, not that one. I need to get my chapter 5, this one here, and I'm going to open the Excel document. And here's the Excel document opening, and I'm just going to move it so you can see it. So that's the Excel document you can see as I move it around. We're actually going to select the graph from that. So we're going to click on the graph. I'm just going to move it over so you can see it. It doesn't matter where it is. And we're going to copy it. I'm going to do Control C for copy, but we know we can do lots of other things to copy as well. We're going to now, I'm going to shrink this down and stay on my Word document here. Oh, where's it gone? Here we go. And I'm going to paste it, but I'm going to paste it as a special paste. I'm going to do paste. I'm going to click on paste special, and I'm going to paste the link as a Microsoft Excel chart object. So I'm going to click on OK, and here it is here. Now that should be centered across the page. It's not at the moment, but that's okay. I'll show you how to get that done in a minute. So what it does when it saves as a link, we can actually get back into our Excel chart again, and if I click on change the value in D5. I'm going to go in D5 here, and I'm going to change that to 93. So I'm going to do 93 and I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to save the document and close the workbook. And what that should do, that should eventually, if I've done it properly, it will update the chart in a minute. So now I'm going to go to the chart here, and if I right click, I can update link, and it should move that 89 when it's finished up to 93. There we go. Sometimes there's challenges with that. Now the other thing that this is meant to do, this is meant to be in the middle, so it's not in the middle. So I'm going to make sure I turn on my from my home, I'm going to turn on my paragraph marks, my show hide paragraph marks, and I'm going to highlight from the little paragraph mark above the chart to the one below. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my page layout, and I'm going to make sure that's one column, because it should be one column. And then I'm going to go home, and I'm going to center my chart. And one of the last things we're going to do now, close to the last thing, we're going to insert a sun in the bottom corner of the left on the document. So I'm now going to insert, and it's shapes. I'm going to go to shapes, and in my basic shapes there's one over here that's called the sun. I'm going to click sun, and I'm just going to pop it there. I'm going to alter it and size it in a minute. So this sun shape should be 1.2 wide and 1.2 high. Once I've done that, that's the right height and width. And I'm going to make sure using, whoops, I think I changed the size when I did that. No, that's good. All right, now I'm going to move it with, with my arrow keys, because I can get a tight movement there, and I'm going to line it up so that my the edges are aligned with the bottom and the left hand side. And one of the last things I'm going to do is change the style shape to, let's do the style shape. I need to go into my drawing toolbar here, and here's my shape styles, and I'm going to change that to light 1 outline colored fill orange 6, and that's actually the one I just landed on here. Once I've done that, I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to submit it, and that's it. Enjoy.